What's going on, everyone? You read the title right. I made 19K a day from my coaching business. Now, in this video, I'm going to get straight into it, no fluff. I'm going to go over three things. I'm going to go over what I coached and how I'd go about finding something to coach if I had to start from square one, how I found clients and what I'd do now if I was starting again, and how I delivered my coaching and improved it over time. Now, just to let you know, I still run a coaching business. I don't do it in the same field that I used to do it in, which again, I'll touch on a little bit in just a second. I'm also going to dive into how I actually find clients now, just so you can get an understanding as to what's working at the moment. So, first things first, what I coached on. A bit of a backstory. I used to do Amazon FBA for about 2 to 3 years, just under 3 years, and I stopped in 2022 December. Now, I used to do it to actually fund my Amazon FBA business because with Amazon FBA, it's dependent on the money you put in. So, I used the money that I was making from coaching to buy products and scale the Amazon FBA business. But I'll make a video on this at some point in time. I really like the idea of coaching because it didn't really require much upfront cost or much capital, meaning the profits I make from coaching, I can spend it freely, right? Although I'm not saying that I spend it recklessly, but it's not really tied into the business 24/7 as it would be with an Amazon FBA business. But again, that's for another video. Now, you're probably watching this thinking, oh, but I don't do Amazon FBA. How could I possibly go about starting my own coaching business? How I personally would do it, and this is how I show my clients as well, is you need to look at three things. You need to either look at your skills, your passions, or ideas from what's already working in the market. So let's say you've got a skill in badminton, for instance, right? Or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's people out there that will pay money to learn and get to a point that they're struggling to get to or they haven't gotten to yet. And you'd be surprised. And I say this as someone who does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu myself, and I've actually bought courses on how to get a blue belt, for example. And there's plenty of people like me out there that would do the exact same. But what people are scared of is one of two things. One is imposter syndrome, where they feel like they're out of place because they don't feel like they're qualified enough to give information. Listen, if you're better than someone at something, you don't have to be the best in the market at it. You just need to be better than someone, because that someone wants to be where you're at, right? And you can at least teach them to get to where you're at. And while you're in the process of teaching them, you're also improving yourself to get to this stage, which is expert level basically. And that's what a lot of people get confused. They tend to think they need to be a professional, they need to be a master at whatever it is that they're doing in order for them to start a coaching business or a course business. I was by no means a master at Amazon FBA. There were people killing it way more than me, and they had a lot more money than me to spend on Amazon FBA as well, right? But I knew my stuff, and I knew there was people that are at the position that I used to be in that want to be where I am now. So I'll give you an example, all right? Let's say I was making 10K per month off of Amazon FBA. And let's just say that's revenue. Let's say I was making, 3K profit. I was at a point where I was only making less than 2K a month, working 9 to 5 every single day. And when I was doing that, I would die to be in a position where I could be making 3K per month doing my own thing. And I would pay anyone to show me how to do that as well. Does that make sense? You don't have to be this guru who makes 100K per month off this certain thing in order for you to start your own coaching business. You just need to know how to get to that next level, because there's people who want to get to that level that you're at. Again, there's stages to this. Now, that being said, that's skills. Let's say you've got a passion for something. Now, again, passions could be similar. Could be, again, badminton, could be Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, whatever it may be. If you've got a passion for something, you've probably got undeniable knowledge in that thing, right? You actually know what you're doing. You just haven't realized the amount of potential you've got in helping someone else achieve the same goals as you. Same thing applies. Now, last but not least, and this is probably one of the most trickiest ones, is to be willing to learn a skill to then start a coaching business on it. This one can take some time, but you're learning as you go along. Again, all you need to do is climb up the ladder and help people climb up one step behind you. You don't need to be at level 10. If you're at level 0, learn a skill to get to level 2, and then help those people that are at level 0 then get to level 1. And by the time they get to level 1 with you, you're now at level 3. By the time you're at level 4, they're on level 2, level 3, level 5, etc., etc. Does that make sense? So you're helping them level up as you level up as well. And people get this mixed up. People always think they need to be an expert at the given thing in order for them to start helping others climb up. We'll give an example when it comes to the actual traditional education system. We look at university professors. There's business professors. There's psychology professors. There's sociology professors, political professors, whatever it may be, but they're not even in the space themselves. There's business professors who've never started a business, but they've got knowledge in how to start a business or how to run a business at least. Again, I can't really say they've got credibility in what they know, but they obviously know how to run a business in a certain aspect, in a certain shape or form. I've never been to university, so I can't really say whether they've got the credibility to actually teach business. But that being said, people still pay 10, 20, 30,000 just to go to university to learn from someone who hasn't even had experience in the field of business. Bizarre. But then you're too scared to charge a couple thousand to teach something that you've actually got experience in. So that being said, to answer question one, how would you go about finding something to coach on? You want to look at your skills, your passions, or you want to look at what's already working in the market and be willing to take on a new skill, right? You can buy courses, you can buy a coaching program for yourself and learn how to do something and then become good at it. No one is ever born a master at something. The people who are experts at Facebook ads now, they were not always experts, right? People who killing it on Amazon FBA now or killing it in dropshipping were never killing it at some point. There was always a point where they started at square one and built themselves up. And that's exactly what you should be willing to do as well. Now, number two, how I found clients. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I personally think organic marketing is king. But that being said, I don't think paid ads is rubbish. I think paid ads is a killer marketing strategy, but I'm going to get onto that in just a sec. I'm literally telling you what I did, and I'm going to tell you what I do now. What I used to do was the normal organic strategies that I still do to this day. Organic outreach, inbound, sales calls, the whole shebang. How normal organic marketing is day to day. I've never done email marketing. It was mainly just through social platforms like Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. That's it. Only now am I starting to build on platforms like TikTok and YouTube, for example, because I know it would work. Now, here's the kicker. Reason why I said paid ads isn't bad is because I started actually using it now. What I'm doing with paid ads, and the reason why I said organic is king, is because I'm putting my organic marketing on steroids, all right? All the content like this one, like the ones on my Instagram, like the ones on my TikTok, I'm just putting them on steroids by having paid ads on the back end, right? So if you go onto my Instagram, you'll see a couple reels. I've got them boosted. Now, this is part of a strategy I call the authority funnel. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it's a funnel that basically integrates organic marketing with paid ads. And it's just basically speeding up the process of organic because, again, as I said, I was in the Amazon FBA space for 2 to 3 years. 1 to 2 of those years was me coaching and me building up my organic brand with Amazon FBA. I was known for Amazon FBA, especially on Snapchat and Instagram. But again, as I said, I was on the organic grind for like 1 to 2 years. If you are just starting out and you want to start getting clients within the next 3 to 6 months, you need to incorporate paid ads within your organic marketing strategy. It's basically a catalyst to those organic strategies. You're just speeding up the process by boosting your organic strategy. Number 3, how I went about delivering my coaching. I personally started with a course, right? I was charging like, the traditional $297, $497. I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I've been charging $997. I actually struggled to charge anything above $1,000. For quite some time. But then I transitioned into one-to-one coaching where I was able to actually justify my price. I didn't really know anything about offer optimization when I first started one-on-one coaching until I got to know, right? Until I actually started looking into how the high ticket industry works, started looking into offer optimization, actual organic marketing strategies. And then I started to build off that. And then I was able to actually increase my price because I knew how to actually sell based off of value. And then as I started to build up the value of my program, I was able to actually sell at high ticket. I did this by delivering my coaching in a certain way, which I'm going to tell you exactly how you can do as well. I call it the 3 C's. You've got course, community, and coaching. These are the 3 main things people find valuable. Think about it. Would you buy a course alone for $2, $3, $4, $5,000? Probably not. It's not that valuable. Would you enter a community for $3, $4, $5,000? Probably not. It's not that valuable. Would you get coaching for $3, $4, $5,000? Maybe if it's one-to-one. But group coaching, if it doesn't have that community aspect, it doesn't have a course as well, it might be a bit difficult. When you integrate 3 and you have a course for all the repeatable content, you have a community for all the support and assistance from you as well as all your clients together helping each other build. And then you've got 1 group coaching call or 2 group coaching calls per week. That's a coaching model that can't fail and you can charge high prices for. And what's your cost? Literally 1 to 2 hours a week. Because all you need to do is hop on 1 to 2 group coaching calls every single week. It's not time consuming whatsoever. I had to realize that the hard way, where I was literally doing a 1-hour call with each and every single one of my one-to-one clients. It literally took up 40 to 50 hours of my week. But again, it was worth it when it came to, being able to make a lot of money, but I wasn't able to scale past it. And that's how I came up with the 3 C's, where you integrate course, community, coaching, okay? That's what I advise you to do if you're looking to start a coaching program. If you already have one, I'd recommend incorporating 3 of those things that I said. Remember, organic with paid ads on the back end as your sort of steroids or your catalyst, and incorporate the 3 C's in order for you to scale. If you're still doing one-on-one coaching, the only way for you to justify one-on-one coaching is if you're charging a shit ton of money. And if you're not charging a shit ton of money, then you shouldn't be doing one-on-one coaching because you're leaving a lot of money on the table and at the expense of your time, right? You're spending way too much time serving clients at a low cost. Okay, But yeah, that being said, hopefully I went in depth enough for you to understand exactly what I did to make that 19K a day. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Only subscribe if you feel this content is relevant to you. I really only want to help people that actually will benefit off of my content. That being said, I will see you in the next one. Take care.